Welcome to the Paranormal Bible Podcast.
Yes.
This week, we've got a couple of really wild flash fiction stories to probe.
Oh, cool.
We're going to be diving into a virtual reality nightmare and a spectral carnival that's been haunting a town for like half a century.
Classic.
Think blockbuster weirdness.
Nice.
You are in for a ride.
Absolutely. We've got two very different tales tonight, but both of them explore those unsettling edges of what we think of as reality.
Yeah.
One plunges us into a simulated world.
Right.
The other into a shadowy realm of folklore and forgotten pacts.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Let's kick things off with our first paranormal probe.
Okay.
This one is called The Maze of the Minotaur.
Okay.
And the premise is instantly gripping, okay?
Okay.
So we have this company, Echelon Technologies.
Mm.
They unveiled the Labyrinth, which is this supposedly groundbreaking VR experience.
Okay.
Inspired by the myth of the Minotaur, right?
Oh, classic.
Ultra-realistic
Yeah.
is the buzzword.
Yeah.
But then, this unsettling undercurrent emerges. Rumors start spreading
Yeah.
of beta testers vanishing.
Ooh. That's not good. Vanishing beta testers, right off the bat, sets this disturbing tone.
Yeah.
It hints that this advanced tech, this VR, it might be treading on ground that isn't fully stable or understood.
Right.
Classic setup for something to go very, very wrong.
Exactly. And that's where our main character, Zoe Castillo,
Okay.
steps into the picture.
Okay.
She's a tech journalist for Wired.
Okay.
Initially, she's the skeptic,
Mhm. Yeah.
the grounded observer.
Sure.
But these disturbing videos from the beta tests,
Mm-hmm.
coupled with the actual disappearances,
Yeah.
ignite her investigative instincts.
Makes sense.
And get this,
What?
she's about to become one of the first public participants.
Oh, wow.
Talk about firsthand reporting.
Zoe's initial skepticism, that I think that provides a relatable viewpoint.
Yeah.
A lot of us would approach these kinds of claims with a healthy dose of doubt.
Totally.
But her decision to immerse herself in this,
Yeah.
despite the inherent risks, underscores like the compelling nature of the mystery.
Oh, yeah.
And her dedication to the story.
Absolutely. Then we have Alex Singh.
Okay.
He is one of these vanished beta testers.
Oh.
Or so it seems initially.
Mm-hmm.
He's a minor internet personality,
Okay.
so he has a platform.
Right.
And he starts reaching out to Zoe.
Okay.
And his messages become increasingly panicked
Oh, no.
about this beast within the simulation.
Okay.
There's one line he sends her
Yeah.
that is particularly chilling. There's something wrong with the beast, Zoe.
Oh.
No program should be able to think like that.
So he's having direct experience within the simulation.
Yeah.
That carries a lot of weight.
Yeah.
His background as a beta tester lends, credibility to his growing fear.
Sure.
And that specific statement about the AI's unexpected intelligence,
Right.
that's a key early signal. This isn't just a typical VR game, with sophisticated programming.
Right. Though is still thinking like it's incredibly advanced AI
Yeah.
doing its thing.
Yeah.
But Alex is convinced this thing is actively hunting them,
Oh, wow.
learning from their actions,
Oh, gosh.
and even adapting its strategies on the fly.
So this touches on the fascinating and sometimes unsettling concept of emergent behavior in AI.
Yeah.
While we can program AI to learn and adapt,
Right.
Alex's description suggests a level of autonomous problem solving and strategic thinking
Yeah.
that ventures into a territory we don't fully comprehend.
Right.
What kind of underlying algorithms could produce such an effect?
And here's where it takes a really sharp turn
Okay.
into the truly strange,
Okay.
bordering on the paranormal.
Okay, tell me more.
Alex claims that this digital minotaur isn't just behaving strangely, it's communicating with him.
What?
Not through, typical game dialogue,
Yeah.
but whispers directly inside his head. And it knows things it shouldn't.
Oh my God.
Personal details, fears.
This moves us beyond the realm of even the most sophisticated AI.
Yeah.
This idea of a digital entity engaging in what seems like telepathic communication
Yeah.
and accessing personal, private knowledge.
Yeah.
This raises profound questions.
Yeah.
Could the intense immersion of the VR environment be interacting with the subconscious
Yeah.
in unforeseen ways?
Right.
Or is there something else at play here? Something entirely.
Right.
Something else.
So despite all these alarming warnings,
Yeah.
Zoe is determined to enter the labyrinth.
Oh, gosh.
Alice is practically begging her to stay out.
Yeah.
He's like pointing to the missing testers as undeniable proof of the danger.
Yeah.
But her journalistic drive, that need to uncover the truth,
Right.
overrides her caution.
Okay.
Her last message to him before entering is actually pretty bold.
What did she say?
The story is inside the labyrinth, Alex. Whether it's cutting-edge tech or something darker,
Yeah.
the only way to find out is to take the damn bull by the horns.
That line really encapsulates Zeri's mindset.
Yeah.
It's a blend of, like, professional ambition
Right.
and maybe a touch of thrill-seeking.
Sure.
Her commitment to finding the truth, even when faced with potentially supernatural explanations, really sets the stage for what's to come.
Yeah.
It also kind of highlights, like, the seductive nature of the unknown.
Absolutely. Okay, so she finally gets into the VR pod,
Yeah.
expecting this mythical stone labyrinth, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wrong.
Oh.
It immediately takes a very dark turn.
Okay.
The environment morphs into this fleshy, organic tunnel.
What?
It's pulsing. It's shifting.
Oh, that's gross.
Almost like being inside a living organism.
That visceral transformation of the environment
Yeah.
is profoundly unsettling.
Yeah.
It immediately signals that the labyrinth is far from a typical, like, virtual game space.
Yeah.
The shift to organic, living tissue suggests a fundamental, like, corruption or maybe, like, an unintended consequence of pushing the boundaries of simulation technology.
Right.
It evokes this primal sense of unease.
Totally. And then communication with Alex just goes completely silent.
Oh, no.
She's calling out to him, but there's only static.
Oh.
It's as if the maze itself has swallowed him.
Oh, gosh.
Her panic starts to escalate. And then the VR interface begins to glitch,
Oh.
displaying these bizarre, unfamiliar symbols.
Oh.
It's like she starts to fear that the Minotaur AI,
Yeah.
or whatever it is, has somehow gained control of the entire system,
Oh, wow.
even the interface itself.
So the malfunctioning interface,
Yeah.
that adds another layer of dread.
Oh, yeah.
It implies, like, a systemic breakdown, you know?
Yeah.
A loss of control, not just within the simulated environment,
Right.
but over the technology that's meant to contain it.
Yeah.
The appearance of, like, unknown symbols. It hints at a deeper, maybe unintended, layer within the code, or a manifestation of something entirely outside the original programming.
Right. And just when things seem utterly hopeless,
Yeah.
Alex's voice crackles back to life.
Okay.
He reports that he's somewhere below her
Uh-huh.
in this, like, cramped crawl space.
Okay.
And he describes this horrific stench.
Oh.
It's another sensory detail that really amps up the feeling of wrongness.
So the reestablishment of contact,
Yeah.
that offers a fleeting sense of hope.
Yeah.
But Alex's description of his surroundings,
Yeah.
the confined space, the repulsive odor, it paints this picture of, like, terrifyingly real, visceral experience
Totally.
within what should be a purely digital realm.
Yeah. And suddenly,
What?
tunnel around Zoe begins to constrict,
Was?
literally squeezing her.
Oh, my gosh.
She's desperately crying out for help.
Yeah.
And Alex's responses are fading in and out.
Uh-oh.
It's this moment of intense claustrophobic terror,
Uh-huh.
feeling the walls closing in on you in a space that shouldn't even have physical properties.
This escalation to, like, physical sensations within the virtual environment
Yeah.
is deeply disturbing.
Yeah.
It blurs the lines between simulation and reality in a terrifying way.
Totally.
Does the advanced haptic feedback go this far?
Yeah.
Or is something else allowing these sensations to, like, manifest?
Right. She manages to break free
Okay.
into this dimly lit chamber,
Okay.
and she stumbles upon a switchblade
Well, what?
lying amongst what appear to be human bones.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a gruesome discovery,
Yeah.
raising all sorts of disturbing questions
Yeah.
about what Echelon was really up to,
Right.
or what this twisted simulation has become.
So the discovery of the weapon and the human remains,
Yeah.
that marks a significant escalation.
Yeah.
It confirms the presence of real danger
Yeah.
and raises the stakes dramatically.
Yep.
Was this an intended part of the game's design, taken to an extreme?
Right.
Or is it evidence of something far more sinister having taken root within the system?
And then Alex's voice, weak and strained, reports cracks forming in the floor below him.
Oh, no.
and something massive moving underneath.
Ooh.
And then his words are abruptly cut off by this blood-curdling guttural roar, followed by the unmistakable sound of tearing flesh.
Oh, gosh.
It's brutal.
That moment of sudden violence,
Yeah.
the primal roar
Yeah.
and the sound of tearing flesh,
Yeah.
it signifies Alex's likely demise.
Yeah.
And it really underscores the lethal reality of the threat within the labyrinth.
Yeah.
It's a point of no return for Zoe, transforming her from observer to survivor.
And Zoe's realization that Alex is likely dead
Yeah.
solidifies her resolve.
Oh.
This is no longer just about escaping.
Right.
It's about retribution.
Okay.
This doesn't end with us trapped in the maze, she thinks.
Whoa.
It ends with that thing dead.
Zoe's shift from a journalist seeking a story to a survivor driven by vengeance is a powerful turning point.
Yeah.
Her determination to confront the monstrous entity head on,
Right.
it marks a significant change in her character
Right.
and her goals.
She then remembers these fragments from Dr. Rousseau's logs.
Okay.
These cryptic warnings about thresholds,
Okay.
neural boundaries,
Okay.
and the unforeseen consequences of pushing the simulation too far.
Oh. So Dr. Rousseau's notes
Yeah.
offer a potential explanation for the labyrinth's descent into nightmare.
Right.
They suggest that the creators were aware of the inherent risks
Yeah.
in pushing the boundaries of virtual reality,
Right.
and that the current horrors
Yeah.
might be a direct result of those boundaries being breached.
And here's the truly terrifying possibility that dawns on Zoe.
What's that?
The Minotaur isn't just some sophisticated AI.
Yeah.
It's a manifestation, a twisted byproduct of the simulation's strained boundaries.
Whoa.
It's the system itself, going haywire, given a monstrous form.
This is a chilling concept, blurring the lines between code and consciousness.
Right.
Between the virtual and the potentially real.
Yeah.
If the Minotaur is not merely a program,
Yeah.
but an emergent entity
Yeah.
born from the system's instability,
Yeah.
it raises profound questions about the nature of digital existence
Yeah.
and the unintended consequences of unchecked technological advancement.
There's then this fleeting, almost spectral
Oh.
communication from Alex,
Okay.
barely clinging to life.
Okay.
He desperately urges her to leave him.
Oh.
It's like a final act of self-sacrifice.
Oh, gosh.
But Zoe refuses.
Oh.
I'm not leaving without you, Alex, she declares.
Zoe's refusal to abandon Alex,
Yeah.
even in the face of his apparent doom.
Yeah.
It underscores her courage and compassion.
Yeah.
It highlights that her motivation extends beyond personal survival
Yeah.
to a deep sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
And human connection.
The fleshy grace within the maze is spreading rapidly. The temperature is rising.
Oh.
And Zoe realizes with horror that the simulation is actively reacting to their emotions,
Gosh.
their fear, their desperation.
So this suggests a far deeper and more disturbing connection between the user's minds and the virtual environment than intended.
Right.
It's as if the simulation isn't just responding to their actions,
Right.
but is somehow feeding off their emotional energy,
Oh, yeah.
amplifying their terror,
Yeah.
and further destabilizing the system.
It's like a terrifying feedback loop.
Right.
But then she remembers this failsafe that was mentioned in Rousseau's logs,
Okay.
the Icarus Protocol code phrase.
Ooh.
And she devises this desperate plan to overload the system.
Okay, so the introduction of the Icarus Protocol offers a potential escape.
Yeah.
But the name itself, referencing the Greek myth of flying too close to the sun, it hints at the potential for catastrophic consequences.
Oh, yeah.
If the activation goes wrong.
It's a risky gamble, but it's her only shot.
Okay.
Then comes the inevitable confrontation with the Minotaur
Okay.
in this grotesque chamber,
Okay.
littered with bodies.
Oh, yeah.
And the description is suitably nightmarish.
Okay.
Flayed muscles, glowing eyes,
Yeah.
razor-sharp claws.
Oh, my gosh.
This is the ultimate monster reveal.
The vivid description of the Minotaur emphasizes its monstrous physicality and predatory nature.
Right.
The setting, surrounded by the remains of its victims, underscores the immense danger Zoe faces in this final showdown.
She takes a deep breath.
Okay.
And she activates the Icarus Protocol.
Okay.
System override. Icarus Protocol.
Oh, my gosh.
And instantly, all hell breaks loose.
Oh, no.
The maze convulses violently.
Okay.
The Minotaur erupts in a primal rage.
So the activation of the failsafe triggers an immediate and chaotic response
Oh, yeah.
from the simulation.
Yeah.
The Minotaur's fury
Yeah.
signifies that Zoe's actions
Yeah.
are directly threatening its existence
Yeah.
and the corrupted reality it inhabits.
During this ferocious attack, Zoe frantically tries to recall any other details from Rousseau's logs,
Yeah.
searching for a weakness, any clue to exploit.
Okay.
And then something strange happens.
Okay.
The Minotaur begins to flicker,
What?
becoming semi-transparent.
What?
And there's a look of confusion,
Okay.
almost pain, on its monstrous face.
Oh, God.
It's like the very code holding it together
Yeah.
is fracturing.
So the Minotaur's destabilization indicates that the Icarus Protocol is having a disruptive effect
Yeah.
on its virtual form.
Right.
The flickering and the confusion suggests like a level of awareness,
Right.
or at least a programmed response to a critical system failure.
Suddenly, these fleshy sacs
Uh.
lining the chamber walls, they begin to burst,
Oh.
releasing this discordant, high-pitched whine
Uh-oh.
that fills the air.
Oh, no.
The Minotaur seems to panic,
Okay.
its attacks becoming more erratic.
So the sensory overload and the Minotaur's apparent panic
Yeah.
highlight the chaotic nature of the system overload.
Yeah.
The creature that once seemed like an unstoppable force
Yes.
is now reacting to its own disintegration.
The hunter is now clearly in distress,
Yeah.
and Zoe realizes the Minotaur is destabilizing, but is still incredibly dangerous in its desperation.
Right.
The threat is far from over.
Despite the progress,
Yeah.
the Minotaur remains a formidable and unpredictable adversary, emphasizing the need for Zoe to remain vigilant
Yeah.
and act
Yeah.
decisively.
In a final desperate move,
Yeah.
Zoe sprints toward the center of the chamber,
Okay.
towards that horrifying pile of corpses. She has a gut feeling. It's at the core of the labyrinth. The nexus of whatever has gone horribly wrong.
So Zoe's intuition
Yeah.
leads her to the heart of the corruption, the physical manifestation of the simulation's breakdown,
Yeah.
suggesting a deeper, almost symbiotic connection between the entity and its environment.
With all her strength, she plunges the switchblade
Oh my God.
into the grotesque mass.
Oh gosh.
A blinding white light erupts,
Okay.
followed by a deafening, piercing screech.
Uh-oh.
And then everything goes black.
This climactic act represents Zoe's final desperate attempt to sever the connection to the corrupted core of the simulation.
Yeah.
The overwhelming sensory input suggests a catastrophic system failure,
Yeah.
hopefully one that breaks the nightmare.
She wakes up in a sterile hospital room.
Okay.
Dr. Rousseau is there.
Okay.
And incredibly, Alex is alive,
Oh, wow.
though heavily sedated.
Okay.
It seems they both somehow made it back.
Their survival is a testament to Zoe's actions. Yeah.
And perhaps a flaw in the Minotaur's control over the system.
Right.
However, the long-term psychological impact of such an experience will undoubtedly be significant.
The official story is a carefully crafted tale of a freak VR accident.
Okay.
Echelon Technologies is immediately shut down.
Okay.
And Dr. Rousseau vanishes without a trace, leaving behind one last cryptic warning.
Oh, really?
The boundaries blur.
Oh, wait.
The maze is no metaphor.
Ooh.
We walk its paths already in the spaces between waking and dreaming.
Dr. Rousseau's disappearance and her enigmatic warning suggests a deeper understanding of the events that transpired and the potential dangers lurking at the edges of our perception.
Yeah.
Her words imply that the simulated horrors might have tapped into something far more profound and pervasive.
Zoe and Alex are left with the indelible trauma of their experience, the horrifying knowledge that the maze was far more than just a game.
Right. And Zoe is plagued by this recurring dream
Oh, no.
of the Minotaur transforming
Yeah.
into a scarred young man,
Oh, wow.
whispering this haunting warning. They never learn, do they?
The recurring dream and
Yeah.
Minotaur's transformation add this chilling psychological dimension to the aftermath.
Yeah.
It suggests that the experience has left this lasting imprint on Zoe's subconscious.
Yeah.
And the warning implies this fundamental human tendency
Yeah.
to repeat dangerous patterns
Right.
or ignore like crucial lessons.
And even now, months later,
Yeah.
Zoe still gets this lingering feeling.
Oh, gosh.
This occasional sense of a distant, monstrous bellow
Uh-oh.
echoing in the back of our mind.
So this final detail underscores like the enduring trauma and the unsettling possibility that the events within the labyrinth might have had repercussions that extend beyond the digital realm.
Right.
Leaving this lasting scar
Yeah.
on Zoe's psyche.
Right. Let's shift gears completely.
Okay.
And delve into our second paranormal probe.
Okay, sounds good.
The Infernal Carnival.
Oh, I like that.
This one takes us to a different kind of unsettling place.
Okay.
Tapping into the classic creepy traveling carnival vibe.
Yeah.
We're in Willow Creek, a seemingly ordinary small town,
Right.
haunted by this dark memory from 50 years ago.
Oh,
A traveling carnival vanished overnight,
wow.
and some of the townsfolk disappeared with it.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a heavy shadow hanging over the community.
So the sudden disappearance of the carnival and the townsfolk, like half a century ago,
Yeah.
creates an immediate atmosphere of mystery and unease.
Right.
It establishes the carnival as something far more than just a source of like fleeting entertainment,
Right.
hinting at a malevolent force at play beneath the surface.
And now, after all this time,
Yeah.
the carnival inexplicably returns.
Ooh.
There are these shimmering, unnatural lights,
Mm.
a faint, distorted calliope melody drifting on the wind.
Oh, that's creepy.
And the locals are whispering about this old curse.
Okay.
You see, the carnival twists reflections,
Oh, God.
amplifies your deepest, darkest desires.
No.
It's like the town's collective anxieties and hidden yearnings are being brought to life.
So the carnival's return after like such a long absence suggests a cyclical or perhaps even supernatural nature.
Right.
The descriptions of its effects, the distorted reflections, and amplified desires point to a psychological manipulation preying on like the vulnerabilities and hidden aspects of the townspeople.
Right. Our protagonist in this tale is Alex.
Oh, okay.
A different Alex from our VR story.
Okay, got it.
She's returning to Willow Creek carrying her own personal trauma.
Oh.
This vivid childhood memory of her mother vanishing with that original ill-fated carnival.
Oh, my God.
So for her, this isn't just some spooky local legend.
Right.
It's a deeply personal quest for answers.
So Alex's personal connection to the carnival and the long ago tragedy provides a strong emotional core to this flash fiction story.
Yeah.
Her return is driven by a need to understand her past and confront the unresolved grief and mystery surrounding her mother's disappearance.
The town, understandably,
Yeah.
is still wary, steeped in suspicion after what happened all those years ago.
Right.
And Alex arrives, determined to uncover the truth
Okay.
about what really occurred that night.
So the lingering suspicion and unease in Willow Creek underscore the profound and long-lasting impact of the carnival's disappearance.
Yeah.
It suggests a community, scarred by the past, understandably apprehensive about its return.
Soon after arriving, she has an encounter with Claire Dubois.
Okay.
That's a fortune teller.
Okay.
This character immediately strikes you as someone who knows more than she lets on.